Hello and welcome back to the Magic Circle. So last time we got to this part, we got through the conference, the E4 conference, which is not very subtle at all, but you know, we get it. We get what they're trying to do, and he probably couldn't say it for legal reasons, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, we're here, and we can create a game. Pretty basic game, but we can create a game. So, as Dual Pro said, we aren't expected to make like anything revolutionary. We intend to make something that works. After so long, the wanted to just get something out there, and well, in theory, I could just submit, and maybe something would happen. I don't know how long there is left of the game. So because of that, what am I trying to say? Because of that, I'm gonna make something here, and I'm gonna spend like 10 minutes or something maybe trying to make something that works. And yeah, hopefully we'll get a better score and that'll do something. I don't know what will happen. It could be nothing. It could be random what I get. It could be that you know oh no. No. Could be that it could be at the end of the game. It could be that there's more to it. Cause I feel like this thing is supposed to be what you just do now. I mean, I think they want you to kind of make games, maybe, simple games, obviously. But like, I feel like you can make some things interesting in here. I don't know. I'm just gonna play some things around here, try to make something work. Not sure why you move so slow randomly. Oh, it's because I'm... Okay, it's because I'm flying. Okay, that's right. Okay, I see. So I can make things. I guess the more complex I try to make it, the more... No, I don't want to do that. The buttons do this. Okay, get used to that. You can make them move. It's probably... I don't know. I mean... I don't know how exactly I'm supposed to make this work. You can place story bits. Change how things are. So let's say I guess this doesn't matter much. I don't know how it would be able to tell what I write anyway. But let's just make a bunch of stuff. I don't wanna. It's probably fine. How do you do this? Okay, you do that. So I don't know what I'm doing. Treasure, let's put some treasure in here. That seems to make sense, right? Let's get past that guy. I mean, obviously, this means nothing. Like, maybe you gotta make something kind of coherent, like you wanna place the fantasy guys in the fantasy sections and the sci-fi guys in the sci-fi section. Maybe that's, I can see that making sense, and make sci-fi music here. You know, that kind of thing. You can try that. I mean, probably doesn't really matter. So actually, why do you go from here? Like, this place is all confusing. So, go here. Place that there, I guess. Make sadness here. How do you make this turn? Kind of weird how this works. So you can make a story thing here. I don't know what I'm doing, I'm just messing around. More treasure in here, maybe. Make a lot of treasure. Why not? Give them all the treasure. At the end of the section. Like, this is the last part, so let's make something. Like, make a lot of dudes to fight, maybe. Let's see who would be interesting here. Maybe these guys. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's see if there's some empty rooms. So when I did this before, he got bored at some point. So let's make sure that's not anything to get bored by. Also, I should make sure he doesn't die properly. I wonder if if it matters if I just spam health, or if it's too easy. I wonder. I mean, I don't know if it matters as much as I think it matters, but okay, so that's that. So let's save. No, that's the wrong one. Really don't want to mess this up. Save. Yes. And how do you finalize? Okay, begin QA testing. Let's see what happens here.
Let's dance.
Combat was getting old. So I want to put too many enemies at once, so it gets old.
Going above and beyond. Is this fun? Am I having fun?
Exciting, getting
I
old.
should be the last one to enjoy myself here. But
So you don't want to. Putting two enemies seems to get old fast, which is kind of odd. I mean, you think I'll make it more challenging, maybe?
this almost makes me want to stick around. Almost.
There's treasure. Exciting.
I love fake winning in a fake fight. Who knew? Okay, I'm getting sucked in.
I don't know how I'm supposed to make this work. But yeah.
Starfather was right. I like control. Control now.
Oh. Okay. So, I want to put health here. Apparently. Let's do that. Kind of sucks that I have to do this now. No. Hopefully, not enough life. Okay, so I have a meter on the right side. Seems okay. So I was pretty much finished on what I could put in anyway. Didn't even notice that. Okay. Well, hopefully this should work. So you can't make it
I am
go
death
faster, can you?
incarnate. Yeah, that one left a mark.
What? Why did you die there again? That doesn't make sense, does it? Let me just... So... Let's just... What happens now? Let's try this again.
Watching testers was never this much fun.
Okay, there are a lot of enemies here, aren't there? But there's like health right here, so... You know.
Needed this badly.
Does he go after this treasure?
Thing, by the by.
He does.
Sweet spot.
I think there's some moves he doesn't go in, maybe. I don't know.
Having fun. Alert the media. If you kids are streaming this, I'm having more fun than you.
I don't think so, yeah, so I guess he wouldn't go for them.
Hey, some action. I guess I'd like action.
I just kinda messed around, I didn't really think. Okay, here is some
Share this with my friends.
combat, here's some health, here's some story, you know, mixing it up. For the most part, it seems like I did okay, I think. Maybe some places
I am no
he got
longer
bored,
just pretending to care.
but he's like, his board meter is going down just a tiny little bit. Like, you want to have some downtime in games, so that's good.
Level with me, boss. You got some kind of permanent.
Okay, so these guys seem strong, so I'm just gonna remove one of these. Like, one guy is fine. Yeah. All right. So somehow he died here before, so he can't die here. Interestingly, like it's semi-random what he does. So that means, you know, there's some kind of AI attached to him that isn't just like go for this, go for that. He goes for different things. Maybe the enemies kind of behave differently. There's no need for all of that. Like, I don't think this is game, you know, needs all that complexity, you know? It's just a silly game function that I don't even know why all of this is here. It's neat, obviously, like, I know I expected this. I expected, you know, the minimal, you can edit dudes and make them do different things kind of thing. But like that is, you know, not as complex as this is, if you really think about it. So, you know, it's interesting. Also, yeah, this is taking longer than I thought. I didn't think he was gonna die so often. And I had to deal with that issue, so, yeah.
Hey, this detour was actually worth my time.
So I think,
Things feel less linear when you hide stuff like this.
yeah, getting too much twist on numbs him. That didn't matter. His sport level is at top, so I guess that's good.
Score your work like a real reviewer. Brace yourself. Come on, nobody's that good. I actually feel a psychic mandate to recommend this game to the friends I don't have. Maybe you actually are the chosen one. I can finally call you boss and actually mean it. 9 out of 10. Bravo! So, that's the score I'd give it. But it's more than good enough for Joe Public, boss. I'm ready to meet them all. If this is good enough for you.
I mean, I was gonna say yes anyway, even if I got the 4 out of 10 that I did before. But 9 out of 10 is pretty good for just messing around, I would say. I don't know what I can do differently here. I guess I can remove the treasure a little bit to make it less numb. The enemies in the start probably need reduction. I don't know, but yeah. Ship it. Let's see what happens now. Oh, game title. Okay. Sure, whatever. I don't really want to.
It's time. A little late to come clean, but I guess this is hello. I said I need to escape, but you probably know by now that my jail ain't made of bricks. Fact is, boss, I got a need for the new. Can't help it. You think it's just these gods who fell short? Nah. They're all adding bells and whistles to the same damn machine. So I wanted you to play God for a day, but not out of some great kindness of spirit. It's 'cause there's a zillion to 1 chance that maybe now fun ain't enough. Maybe now you want a world all your own, enough to carve it by hand. And maybe in your story, I won't see the end coming. Anyways, you got the fire now. Lead the way already. Oh, and boss, hope you got a plan B.
Okay.
Hey, congratulations on the release of episode 1, which is, I guess, what you call an unfinished thing people pay for. So yeah, you kept the lights on, and against my better judgment, this is me deciding to work for you. I know, my brand was all about winning, but Cody used it to beat me. So I wrote her, daring her to ruin my name. But I'm not sure she can read her mail through all those big sloppy fangirl tears. Anywho, with this gone, and you technically being in charge of the next game, we really need to talk about episode 2. I'm opening your channel. Your new team has some questions.
Hey, so new boss. Cool. This is Scape, the art director, and I just was wondering, what's our plan now for color schemes? Hey, so, listen, I wanted to clarify with you whether or not we're actually going after a multiplayer solution.
Look, whatever you do, don't add multiplayer. Our analysts predict that the 24th century is going to be all about your vision, return on your investment.
Totally help us to find me as well.
And it's a Yoshi egg. That's fun. So what's going on? Oh, okay, yeah, that's the end. So I guess in the end, I am now responsible for making a game. I'm becoming Ish, I guess. Guess that's the idea, that now I have all the burdens, and I guess they're trying to say that it's not as easy as it sounds. He had a lot of things going on in his life. He was maybe not the best guy, but you can't blame him in some ways. It's somewhat redeemable, and he tried to make something work, but couldn't. Matt Stone and Trey Parker. Was that special thanks or something? Why did he here? Didn't read that, but that just caught my attention. That's not the names I expected to read here. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know, maybe I'm misunderstanding something. So, there's all kinds of things here. Desktop, documents, what is all of this stuff? Okay, so this is this stuff, okay. Options, okay, that's just the options, like normal, TMC, editor, I guess that's just... Yeah,
Now, don't go thinking what you're
this
making
again?
is actually good. Good
Can
ain't
I...
the goal here,
Oh.
just complete. You
Exit?
gotta practice for years to suck at this.
Return
Then
to...
your
Okay.
next creation sucks less. Bright side, though, There's never been a better time.
Teams Yellow Wall, I guess that's where I left off from the place. Desktop, what's this stuff? That's credits. I'm just gonna make sure this is what I think it is. I think that's not more. I guess you can just go and explore and find all kinds of things. You know, find the notes. Maybe find more enemies and such that you can use in the editor. I don't know if that's how it works. I feel like maybe not. I don't know. This is interesting. Like that. This is the end. That. Yeah. That's music. Yeah. We forgot how to play this now. So, okay, well, I guess that's. I don't really want to do all this stuff. I just wanted to see what that was all about. Yeah, that's the game, and Coda Streams episode 1. Well, I guess I can check that out. Yeah, this is not what I expected, and the fact that this is the final thing, that you can now make a game, basic game, obviously, you know, but still, like, the fact that that's what it is neat. That being said, you know, what I kind of expected from this game was a lot more of the puzzle solving I was doing. There was a tiny bit amount. The key puzzle, going over the lava, that kind of thing, you know. It was getting to a point where it's like, yeah, this is neat. You can use the different guys, do different things, you know. But that was pretty limited. I thought that was going to be a lot more of that. And I didn't think this was going to be so focused on a story in that regard. Like, it's odd, because the game works in a lot of ways. Like, the story, how it's integrated, works. Like, and even though I felt a little overwhelmed at times, and there was a lot of, you know, walking around and trying to figure out what was even going on, like that was a little annoying. But the game isn't really, you know, big. Obviously, I thought there was going to be more worlds to explore, but there's only one. I was expecting a lot more than there was. Yet also the game is so short that you can't really be that mad about it. It's odd. Like, I expected this to be more aligned with games like, you know, the Stanley Parable and that kind of thing. It has some of that. It isn't funny. It has some humorous moments, some kind of absurd moments, but mostly it's actually kind of serious and dark when you really think about it. Like, that E4 scene, E3 scene, whatever you want to call it, was like, that was like so long and so crazy of a thing and I had no idea something like that was coming, and that was a thing. That was definitely something. I don't know if log out just means quit game or what. I want to push it though. Don't want to risk that. Okay, anyway, I think that's most of what I have to say. Like, this is really fascinating, and I'm glad I played it. I feel like I would probably have gotten a little more out of it gotten a little bit more out of it if I played it, you know, by myself. Probably, I kind of dislike beating games on my first time through, on my first day through it. I kind of like to, you know, play a little bit. There are maybe a few games I have finished in one day, unless it's like super short. Like, you know, I could probably done that with this game, but I had no idea what to expect. And I feel like if you went through this, you know, in one go, and experienced everything as a naturally occurred. It really feels like it has some, you know, movie and TV elements. It kind of wants to be a game, but also a narrative, and that's something, you know, video games have struggled with a long time, and especially in such a different kind of game, you know, a game about games, game where you're literally in the game someone is making. It's you know, meta and weird. So that is obviously something that a storytelling perspective is, you know, is what I'm trying to say. It's complex, and while it works mostly, I do think that this game is kind of wonky sometimes, and I feel like it may have been slightly better, but I don't think it would. I don't think I would love it if I had played this by myself in one playthrough. I don't know. There's something about the game that's not quite amazing still, and maybe it's just because I just wandered around a lot, and that kind of annoyed me, and that influenced my opinion, because I think the story is still interesting and, you know, worth, you know, going through, and I feel like some of it was lost on me, and I think if I kind of got into it again, I would there'll be something more I would get out of it than I probably did. My take probably was pretty basic and limited, which, you know, I'm not a critic or anything, but I feel like I kind of lost the thread a little bit in this game. Alright, okay, that's that. Now I'm gonna push this and see what the hell this is.
Greetings, streamers. As you know by now, I am returning to my career as a Let's Player.
That's
I'm
me.
still maintaining the TMC forums, but the company chose not to retain my services in-house. So I'm just going to play through episode 1 and just brainstorm
Is this
aloud.
gonna be my level?
Maybe the new Starfather will start returning my calls.
It is. Jeez. Okay.
This is therapeutic.
Interesting.
I'm guessing Maze tune difficulty.
Yeah. So you can also have a take like the old pro had a take. That's interesting. You know, obviously I would have to edit it to make sure she doesn't just die in the start like that. Like the start, for some reason, they sometimes die, sometimes don't. Probably not a good idea to make a game where you just sometimes die in the start. Like, yeah, that's interesting that they did that. Like, maybe I can make it work this time.
Tending your ish. Stab. You know, I'd have done it differently, but this is okay. This might be the sequel I wanted. Might. The Magic Circle. I'm actually playing it. I feel so magical. Guys, do you feel magical? I'm still angry. I just can't feel it right now. Whee! This is fun. Everything I did must have been worth it. Oh, wow, what's this? I'm not saying I'm excited, but
Yeah, I mean
I'm having almost as much fun as you guys must be watching me.
comments are obviously pretty basic, since you can't really, you know, see what I'm doing. See reacts only to certain things, and you know, it's pretty basic. And obviously that's, you know, the limitations of making something like this, where the messages are like, you know, have to be integrated organically, yet when you make a game like this, it's, you gotta figure out how to make that work. So, you know, doesn't really work, but you can't really do much about it. You would have to make it, you know, a lot more complex, and for such a minor thing in the game, it's probably not worth the time. I'm sure you could do something about that.
The composer finished something.
Anyway.
It's over already? Well, on behalf of all fandom, I guess I should score it, right guys? I mean, overall, there's lots to absorb. This is, in the final account, a sequel to The Magic Circle, am I right? For that alone, I'd give it a 9 out of 10. But I have to knock off at least 10 points for all the little details they got wrong. I mean, they don't even mention the Mushroom Wizard's royal origins. But, I could, help with those nuances. I mean, if the new Starfather were willing to take me back, I'd be extremely confident that we could bring Episode 2 in line with fan expectations. Until then, if you're watching this, I'll be thinking about nothing but your work, leaving helpful little comments, and waiting by the phone. Remember, Starfather, you are the great love of my life.
I'm wondering if you can make a episode 2. I don't think so. I think when you go in here, it says, yeah. Well, maybe.
Now, don't go thinking what you're making is actually
I mean,
good. Good ain't the goal here, just complete.
Uh,
You gotta practice for years to suck at this. But then your next
So if I
creation
save
sucks less. Right side
yeah, I
up.
think you can. I
Never
don't
been
think you
a
can
better
make
time
a
to suck in public.
make an episode 2. I think it just replaces what you already have. I think that's the idea. So, you know. How do you... That doesn't do what I think it does. So you have to click finalize.
This sword and
Okay, there we go.
sorcery action romp is about as cliche as it gets, boss.
Okay, yeah, fine.
That's
I wasn't
okay.
trying at all.
You don't have to learn.
Um,
Something familiar can help you learn the rules by heart, so you can break them with style.
alright. Yeah. So that's it. That's the Magic Circle. A very strange game within a game, meta game thing. Definitely original. Definitely maybe not worth your time if you already watched all of this, but you know. I mean, maybe there are some little things in there, some more documents and whatnot that may be interesting, but I don't think there's really much else to the game than what we've seen. It's still a fascinating overall idea of a game, especially the fact that you can make a very short, very simplistic game, but still, that is, and that's not even the main feature. Not a lot of games really do that at all. Like, some games obviously come with the editor that the creators used, but you know, this is, you know, a whole thing. And you know, yeah, the rooms are, you know, pre-made, so you can't do much with it. And yeah, it's pretty limited because basically you have enemies, you have, you know, items, you have healing and loot, and you can make enemies go places. That's music, and that's it. That's it. But you know, for what it is still a weird thing to include in such a game like this, and that's something. I appreciate it, even if, you know, it isn't going to blow me away. It's yeah. I'm just rambling now because, you know, the game isn't super long and there isn't a lot to do, even though obviously I missed a lot of things. And sure there's, you know, different ways I can do things in the game. Probably I just wish it focused on making, you know, the enemies and maybe even the environments, you know, messing around with that, making, you know, something out of that. And that is what I expected and what I hoped for. And while yes, there's some of it, kind of wish for more. But this is a narrative game, not a, you know, puzzle game, if you want to call it that. I guess you can call it a puzzle game in that way, but clearly this is narrative focused. Everything about it is a narrative focused thing, and that's fine. That's what they wanted to do, and not what I expected, and kind of not what I wanted in some ways, because I mean, that's the thing. The vision of a game like this, compared to the gameplay and compared to the narrative, you know, you have to keep the player entertained in gameplay and narrative. And because of how this game, you know, is about making a game and about all of that, it does become like, okay, if you just make a bunch of puzzles, it doesn't feel like I'm walking into an unfinished game anymore. It just feels like I am, you know, playing something that the actual creators of the Magic Circle, you know, the developers that made what I'm playing, not the in-game narrative or whatever, you know. The well, I lost it. What I'm trying to say, you know, they're the ones making. It feels like they made it to be a game rather than it being a narrative, and that takes you out of it. You know, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm just. Yeah. Anyway, that's this game. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do next. But yeah, that's the Magic Circle, which is a square right now. But you know, that's the point, I guess. Yeah. See you next time.